All right, today's the first day. We are going to start trading with 2 contracts. The plan was to trade 1 contract and then add a second one depending on how we're feeling about that trade. We started off strong, however, made a few mistakes, ending the day red. This channel is not to try to convince anyone that trading is easy and that you can make $600 a day in 5 minutes. It just doesn't work like that. So we're not starting off strong with our 2 contracts. However, the lessons we learned from today should help us moving forward. So enjoy the trades, and then I'll see you all after tomorrow's session. Just gonna buy down here at the bottom of this channel between the 1 and 1.5 standard deviation. Yes, as that came down a point of control, we could get a push through it, but we can also get a little bounce off of it. If we do start making our way back up to the 1.5, look to probably add one in the mid 20s. We're on 24 and then get out in the low 30s. All right, now we're in 2. Our average entry is 19. Let's see if we can get up to like 32, 33. Maybe we just run these highs at 37 and get up to 50. Going to take that. That's exactly what we were wanting. Get in at the bottom of the channel, get out at the top of the channel, add one in the middle, just to confirm that our hypothesis was correct. So $50 trade right there. I'm feeling really good that this trade worked out, because I was a little hesitant to even take trades this morning since today was the first day of scaling up. For me, anytime like I have a first day of scaling up or first day of working with real money after maybe sim trading for a little while, I always get those nerves and anxiety of not wanting to start off losing. So I did I was trying to be patient just to make sure that I liked this setup of between the 1 and 1.5 standard deviation. At this point, around 9:47, I was thinking about going short, but again, I was just nervous and didn't pull the trigger. However, because I had the thought of it bouncing back and forth in this little channel with us hitting the standard 1 deviation, I'm like, I need to just go ahead and take a trade and get it out of the way. And it played out. I'm thinking we keep pushing up. With that much volume coming in that high. See if this 1.5 standard deviation helps us out. I'm gonna add one at the 1.5. I think I jumped into this a little prematurely up here. Should have waited for this pullback and got in at 1 and then waited for the confirmation, going from 50 to 60 if we continue moving up to add. So dealing with a little bit of heat here, not really liking it. We are holding on to this way too long. I jumped into that trade way too early, and being up 50 on the day was willing to hold on a little bit too long. So now we're down $38 on the day, we were up 50. So this was way too big of a losing trade. We have to continuously work on that. We can't be willing to give back that much when we're making, if we make 50 a trade and give back 85, that's not good. With the point of control on the ES moving to the very top, I should have stuck with my original thoughts that usually when that happens, we are going to get some downward motion. I talked myself out of that, in my head, because earlier when point of control moved up, we had a push. And just having this strong move up was kind of thinking that same thing was going to happen. But I just got done saying that we can't try to predict what's going to happen. We need to wait for the confirmation. And then I completely didn't do that. So we paid for that literally by, as of right now, giving back $40. $40 from our original start today. I think point of control is a decent support here. This standard deviation line, along with point of control on the NASDAQ, it's kind of like the same play that we did earlier. And maybe we'll look to add if this does work out. Yeah, if we get down into the 20s, I'm not liking it anymore. I just put a sell down here. Fully expecting to get stopped out. Just want to let it play out. We're at right around 29.30. So we go down 4 more points. We're going to get out. See if this point of control can help us out. There's a huge spike of volume at 30. ES is creating this little range up here, so we were at the bottom of the range when we got in NASDAQ compared to the ES, so maybe we'll get a little push back up. It's just feeling heavy. I'm back down and testing 30. It really wants to break through 30. Yeah, we're about to get stopped out. All right. Down 57 now. We started off strong with that first trade being so good. That made me more willing to hold on to that losing trade longer than what I typically like to do. So that was a problem. I'm gonna try this again. We couldn't really break that far below point of control. We're at that standard 1 deviation where we've been bouncing off of all morning. And I had to buy a little above 50 If we get above 50, breaking above this candle, maybe we will go test the highs of the previous, those two large candles at 60, 70. This is looking good so far. Can we keep this movement? Trying to break through 50 right now. It's really trying. And I just try to give it some time. There we go. We got filled at 52. So now our average entry is at 43. ES is touching point of control. If ES breaks above point of control, sky's the limit. And we touch it and just tank right back down. I like that we did break above 50, but let's see what we do here. We just got slapped right back down. ES point of control just moved down a little bit. All right, I had to step away for a minute. Kind of pissed me off that we started off so good with our first trade. Our second trade was absolutely horrible. Bad entries, bad risk management, held on to that way too long and gave back our first trade plus some, which ultimately just set our demise for the day. I should have taken a larger break between that losing trade and getting into another trade. I only took like 5 minutes. I probably should have waited at least like 30. So we'll need to just add that to our rules moving forward. If I feel like I'm getting into a bad headspace, I need to step away for a minimum of 30 minutes and come back. 5 minutes is not enough. And this last trade, of course, after it stopped us out, it did end up playing out. I was wanting to get out in the mid 60s. That's exactly what happened. I don't think I would have been able to hold on to this anyways. Looking at this movement, we went up and then, you know, got slapped right back down. I probably would have got out there, but it definitely wouldn't have been a $43 losing trade. I also don't think we need to add up to 2 contracts. So adding one and then adding another one, I don't think we need to do that. I don't like holding on to trades very long, and you kind of have to trading like this. I think we just need to get in with two contracts on every trade. So trade like how we've been doing the last couple of weeks, which we were profitable in those first 2 weeks. I need to just set the orders to 2 contracts and just go for my 7 to 10, point scalps, not risking more than like 10 or 15 points at a time, and just trade like that. Adding a second one when you're in the green just brings your entry up, which makes it feel like you're not getting as much. Whereas if we had just gotten in at 2 at 34, riding that up to 52 is a great trade. However, adding a second one at 52 brought our entry up to like 40 something, I can't remember. So it doesn't feel like we're winning as much. And then we just can't withstand that pullback once we're in 2 trades and our entry moves up. So lessons learned are, when we're in a bad headspace, when we feel like that, wait longer than 5 minutes, maybe 30 minutes. And then starting tomorrow, we're still going to trade 2 contracts, but we're going to trade 2 contracts all the time, not one and add a second one.